Daddy Soldiers. I can't believe it's already the end of June and I completely forgot to do any kind of LGBTQIA+ related book video at all. Shame on you, Rachel. And so I'm squeaking it in before the month ends, and I was going to dress brightly today because of the rainbow, and I don't own anything bright, so I just decided to do all black because that's what all the colors look like together. Logic. I also still refuse to believe that black is not a summer color. Today I want to do the Love Wins book tags. I haven't done a tag in a while, and also I thought this would be a good video to say all my LGBTQ books. Like, I could do just a regular recommendations video, but I feel like this is like condensing it a little, which for me, it's a good idea. If you do not rein me in, it's never gonna end. The first question on this tag is to name your favorite LGBTQIA+ author. So I'm just gonna point you over here to Miss V.E. Schwab. V.E. Schwab is just the coolest person ever. I love her so much. I follow her on like all social medias, and she's always doing super cool stuff, and I feel so happy whenever I see her doing things. And she herself, I believe, is a lesbian. V.E. Schwab is just my favorite author regardless of sexual orientation, and she's just so cool, and her books are so good, and she lives in Edinburgh, and it's just the most beautiful thing ever. Second on this tag is to name your favorite LGBTQIA+ book couple, and it's a really tough decision, so I think I'm like right in the middle of two. The first one being Ronan and Adam. I'm Maggie Stiefvater's Raven Boys! Well, this took so long for them to get together, and I'm so happy that they finally did, and I can't wait for the next extension of these books with their adventures. Adam is just my sweet little cinnamon roll, and Ronan, I feel, is a very tortured soul who has a very interesting backstory, and them together just makes me really happy. But on the other side, I have been a Malik shipper since the very beginning. I love Magnus Bane so much. I don't even really care who he ends up with. I just want to be friends with him because he's just so fun and sassy. And Alec just needs a hug, honestly. I feel like Adam and Alec would be really good friends because they're very similar to each other, except I think Alec's like a tad more badass. Number 3 is to name an LGBTQIA+ book that does not revolve around LGBT issues, and I am picking We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. Our main character, Henry, is gay, and he's just broken up with his boyfriend, so you know, that's that. The book does not focus on that at all. This focuses on how Henry is sometimes abducted by aliens, and they tell him the day that the Earth is going to end. Like, he knows the day the world's gonna end, and he kind of has the choice whether to end it now or to save it. In the beginning, he's more like, everything should just end because he's having all this trouble with his family and his ex-boyfriend and like himself. And then as the book progresses and he meets a new boy and his family starts getting a little bit better, he kind of thinks, well, maybe I shouldn't end it. Like, why should I have that decision? Because other people are going through different things than what I'm going through. And it's a really interesting moral dilemma book, and he just happens to be gay. Fantastic book. Please start reading this. I'm just gonna shove it in your face until you do. Number 4 is the opposite, and that is to talk about a LGBT book that is specifically about LGBT issues. And I just read a fantastic one lately, and that is The Handsome Girl and Her Beautiful Boy by B.T. Godfred. Jesus, I'm my white balance off even more than I am. This book is all about gender identity and gender expression because everyone thinks that the girl is a lesbian because she has short hair and likes CrossFit. And then everyone thinks that the boy is gay because he has a quirky fashion sense and he's very eccentric. And as the two of them meet and become friends and kind of fall in love, it's really interesting to see how people view each other based on looks and based on gender identities that are already put out there. They think of themselves as their own gender and their own sexuality as they're kind of exploring what it means to be straight or what it means to be gay. And it's a very interesting book, really good internal monologues from both of these characters. I think it's a big milestone within the LGBTQIA+ book community. And number 5 is to name some LGBTQ books that are really underrated and like, dude, I got you. One that I've definitely not shut up about on this channel is Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy. And this is all about a girl who at the beginning of the book identifies as a lesbian, and then when her childhood best friend comes back into town, who is a boy, starts to have feelings for him, and she has this whole internal struggle of what her sexuality really is. A+. Next up is Girl Man's Up by M.E. Girard, which is all about a girl who feels less feminine than her family thinks that she should be, and her own struggle with identifying who she is and who she feels like she looks like and then who she is on the inside. And then one that I just read and loved is Summer of Salt by Katrina Leto, which is all about a mystery in a seaside small town that has some girls on girl love in it. You know, it's just small town curses, Got some cute girl hand holding. Great book all around, great for summer. I really hope people like know this book and pick it up because it's wonderful. And that wraps up the Love Wins book tag. Please leave down below if you have any other comments or suggestions for LGBTQIA+ fiction that I can read, because I sure do love doing that. I feel like this tag is good because like everyone knows about Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli, and like everyone knows those books, but there's a lot more books that have LGBTQ characters in them that not a lot of people know about. So hopefully you found at least one or two on this list that is new that you can go check out. I'm under the impression that love is love, and I don't really care what you do with your genitals in your spare time, so you know where to click to like the video, you know where to click to subscribe. I hope you guys are having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!